In this demo, I'm going to be showcasing inheritance, interfaces, and superclasses. I'm going to be using NetBeans today. So the demo here goes something like this. We have a zoo, and inside the zoo we have a dog, a cat, and a parrot. Each of these three animals makes a different type of noise. So I'm going to make a method called getNoise, and for the dog, it'll make woof. I'm also going to have a method called getName, and that will return dog for the dog. So for the cat, it's going to make a noise of meow, and for the parrot, parrots squawk. Okay, so I'm going to put these three animals into a list in the zoo. So we have a linked list of something. I'm going to call it animals. Here's a new linked list. And I'm going to add those three classes, a new instance of the three classes, to that list. Now, what type should the linked list be? If we make it a dog, for example, then we can add the dog to the list, but we can't add the cat or the parrot. Even though these three classes have the exact same methods, so the method headers, Java thinks they're completely different. So the way we can fix this is we can create a common interface for these three classes. So I'm going to create an interface called animal. Let me put it here. And an interface is just a set of methods that the classes that implement this interface should implement. So we need all our animals to have a getName method and all our animals to have a getNoise method. Then what we can do is we can make each of our classes implement that interface. So make the dog implements the animal, the cat also implements the animal, and the parrot lastly also implements the animal. And then what we can do is we can change the type of the list to animal. Because all three dog, cat, and parrot implement the animal interface, they can be added to a list of animals. So that's interfaces. Next, let's use this list. So I'm just going to have a simple for each loop for each animal in the animals list. Print out a animal's name goes animal.getNoise. Animal.getNoise. So this will look something like that. A dog goes woof, cat goes meow, parrot goes squawk. So that's all working fine. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another method to my animal. I'm going to call it getMove. So the dog and the cat, let's say the method of moving is they walk, okay? But the parrot flies, okay? Note how right now all three classes have an error. They have this red underline. Remember, with interfaces, any class which implements the interface needs to contain implementations for all methods. So because the dog only has getName and getNoise, and it doesn't have getMove, it's an error. So let's add the getMove method. So for the dog, it walks. Same for the cat walks around. But the parrot will fly. Okay. I can just minimize that. Okay. And I'll amend this print statement and it animal.getMove. So now it looks like this. A dog goes woof and walks. Okay. Note how the dog and the cat both walk. So they share an implementation. When you have two classes that have the same implementation, or they have a shared implementation, you can use a superclass. So let's create a superclass for walking animals. I'm going to call it walking animal. And let me just move these windows around a bit. Okay, so I have the animal on top now, and underneath it I have the walking animal. And underneath the walking animal I have both the dog and the cat. To the side of these windows I have the parrot. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to make this walking animal. We want walking animal to be an animal. So walking animal must implement the animal interface. Now because the walking animal implements the animal, we need to implement these three methods. So I'm going to create a blank version of the getName and also a blank version of getNoise. What matters though is our getMove, because that's the shared implementation. Then what I'll do is I'll change our dog to not implementing the animal, but extending the superclass of walking animal. And the cat will also extend that walking animal. Because the classes now extend the superclass, we don't need to put the getMove method in. And the cat and dog will just use the getMove from the superclass. So if we run this now, it works the same way. But we only have one version of the getMove. So it's less duplication. Now there's one thing here, you might notice that, well, why do I need to put these blank things here? Wouldn't it be nice to tell Java that the walking animal just provides the implementation to the getMove? Make everything else, like dog and cat, make them provide their own getName and getNoise, and not the walking animal. Well, you can do that, and the way you can do that is removing them and making the class an abstract class. An abstract class pretty much means that this class, it only provides maybe half of the implementation. Any other class that's not abstract must extend it and then provide the rest. So abstract classes are a nice middle ground between interfaces and just normal classes. And that's that. So now we can run it, and we still have the same output.